First, thank you, the great town of Ogdenburg, for allowing me to come and have a chance to at least commune with you for a moment, to share with you my thoughts, my interests.
It's on, just speaking to
my thoughts regarding this election. As you know, I'm an attorney, and I start off, I'm going to start off with, again, just thank you. This race is obviously a very important race to this legislative district. It's important on a number of levels, largely because of what you have received, but more importantly, if elected, what you can receive. And that's why I'm running, because there's so much more that can be done for this legislative district. I personally believe if you vote your self-interest, you will say to yourself, there are things that we can do a lot better. So that's why I'm here. Some of you are familiar with farming. And as you know, in farming, some farms grow wheat. But there's something that grows right along the side of wheat, chaff, some people call it chaff, which is like a weed. But it grows next, and if you don't know what you're looking at, if you're not a real good farmer, you're not tilling it correctly, you could have a harvest of weeds. So what I'm asking of you is to take a hard look at what you've seen happen in this district and what you haven't seen. I grew up in a family that promoted education. Yeah, I have a law degree. I also have a master's law degree. I had a sister who was a lawyer. Another sister who was a doctor. A brother who recently passed, but he was in the Air Force, sergeant in the Air Force. But the point is that we were taught to try to strive for more, but more importantly, to give back and to give to the least of these. So my career has been largely premised upon serving others. Whether serving as an attorney, or serving as a judge, or serving as the general counsel for a housing authority, or serving for city attorney for a city. I've done these things. This is a beautiful district. Some of you call it God's green earth, and that's true. It is. But what happened to Lake Apacon, or Lake Mohawk, or Bud Lake? These are situations that could have been averted, not with piecemeal funding, but with some kind of permanent fix. I believe we empower the community to be involved in that process. Create the Friends of Lake Apacon, create the Friends of Lake Mohawk, raise money so that we don't have these kinds of issues regarding algae. There's scientific fixes, but we also have to have a people fix. So that means we must be involved. You must be involved. That is your self-interest. Who's looking out for your best interest when it comes to those lakes, for instance? So between jobs and resources, our natural resources, we ultimately have to say, what about the least of these? What about am I my brother's keeper? So when I look at transportation, I see bus services that end at 5 o'clock in Warren County. Well, what about our seniors who need to get to go places? And there's no bus service for students to go to Centenary College or Warren County College. Why can't we test out a method to give better transportation to the community? The seniors deserve better. Some people say, oh, they don't want that. But that's not true. Who doesn't want bus service? So my point to you is merely this. Let's give the seniors an opportunity to travel. Let's try having some kind of transportation service that will help the students, help those who want employment, help those who are disabled. And we can do that. We can do better. So when we look at transportation, or look at other types of opportunities, there's a number of people who've expressed interest they talk about marijuana. But in marijuana, there's this opportunity, not marijuana for recreational purposes. That's for you, the voter, to decide upon. But we do know one thing. People who need it for medical purposes should have it. But there's also something called hemp, which is a derivative. It's not for recreational use, but it creates job opportunities. It creates business opportunities because hemp can be used. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you.